Yo, what's going on, guys? I got a little play here that I'm looking into, and I'm sure a lot of people have heard about it, EBAN or EBON. So I've been kind of watching this thing, trying to see what it's up to, and I do see it coming down here. So um, if anyone's interested in this, we should be able to get it at a pretty good price. It's not going to happen in one day, of course. But, as you can see, it created a beautiful W here, and it had a nice run up. So I had drawn this resistance box based off of all of these wick touches up in this range, in this 1118, 1065 area. And I also drew the top of my resistance box right around this old all-time peak. And as you can see, we did run up here, and we got a 4-hour TD9 flash right on the support line, which I was trying to watch to see if it was going to be able to hold, and it wasn't able to hold, and it fell below, and it's catching resistance here at 1161. So looking at the RSI, we are really overbought here, and we already had, a pretty good size drop, but I am expecting a bigger drop from this guy here. So obviously there is some support here right around 976 and 932. I'm going to show you where I am looking to place potentially a couple buys in. Let's take a look at the weekly here and see where we're at. So obviously you can see the beautiful W on the RSI on the weekly here. We had a nice double bottom in this range, and we wicked up. So this purple line here is right at 938, and I really like to buy things right in this zone. Now, it's not overbought on the weekly, which is great. We're just starting to get into some really good strength, so this pullback here is going to be an excellent buying opportunity. But I'm not looking to buy it at $11. So I'm going to put some buy orders probably right around 949. Now, not only do I like to buy on this purple line, but also you can see this white line here coming up across this purple, and that usually gives us a big pump here, and that's on the weekly. So usually on a W breakout here, which is why I'm still thinking that this has a lot more room to run, is usually the W breakout right from this point here on a W breakout. Now, of course, on a W breakout, you want to buy somewhere in this beginning of the candle, but it's not always easy to see unless you're watching it completely and you see this break, you see this beautiful volume, and you're able to catch it somewhere, maybe when it got over this weekly 20 EMA. So if anyone's in around the $6 range, you're in a freaking great position. And, obviously the targeted move is from here, which it looks like actually we pretty much got the W breakout here, because that's how the W breakouts work. They create your W, like so, and then you take your measured move from the top of the W, which is this line, and you measure move from right here in between this W portion, and then you put your measured move right from the W where I just did there. So from this point here up, and that should give you your move. And the move was to 1480. Of course, the way that most traders work is a lot of swing traders, they'll see this all-time high at 1487, and they're going to expect that everyone's going to take profits here. So what they do is they usually take their profits a little lower, and because everybody's setting them just a little bit lower just to make sure they get out, it doesn't always reach the exact target that you expect. But, this one's just starting out. I expect that eventually it's going to, get up here and break above. Now, of course, there's not too much price action to go by here on the weekly, but you can see we got above all this Ichimoku cloud support here, but on the daily we are way up here, which is overbought, and we're starting to slowly roll, which means we're going to need to have a pretty good size correction here eventually before doing something different, whether it comes all the way down here or creates some kind of bullish divergence and then continues back up, but that's usually how things like this play out. So I'm going to show you why I'm expecting this area. I mean, I showed you a couple support zones there in the Ichimoku cloud to buy from, but then if we also take a look here, Now, this doesn't have to come right down. I mean, of course, if buyers want to come in and keep continuing buying, sometimes it can push it up a little higher. So you want to keep an eye on this zone here at this 1492 to 15, because if it can break that and come back and retest it and hold like an hourly candle above this level, it can actually continue running here. But, you know, as far as I see, I don't see that happening, but we'll see. And then this 1163, 1160, if it continues to hold here. But like I said, I see some things coming in here that could keep us at least to have a decent sized correction here. But, you know, on the bright side of things, we do have a daily cross here coming in, probably in 2 to 3 days. So I'm not sure how that's a golden cross, I meant. I'm not sure how that's going to affect us as far as the price. Now, it depends on how big of a correction we get here. So let's see if I can take a quick fib retracement here and show us what's going on. So if we go off of this old all-time high, from the swing low there to this old all-time high, you can kind of see our fibs right here. So that 938 was where I was saying I would like to pick some up. So if it's going to get down here, I'll take some at this 0.5 fib. Of course, a lot of times you want to buy at this 0.618 level retracement. But if it doesn't want to give us all the way down at $8, I'm at least going to start buying some at this 936 if we can get there. The 0.382 is going to be very solid support too, though, so 1067. But I feel like with the RSI being so overbought here, and the 4-hour RSI showing that we're rolling over quite a bit, you can see that we did actually wick down here and almost touch the 0.382 there, but we're creating a spinning top. So although some of these moving averages here on the 4-hour are starting to roll up a bit, you know, I think it's going to take a day or two, and we might have a chance to get a correction down to this level and, you know, maybe consolidate here for a little while. You know, obviously I can't tell the future, but I can give you guys, you know, expectations that this RSI is coming down here, and we have a spinning top here. We had the red TD9 flash there. And, you know, so far we're catching support here, but I don't think that it's going to be enough to get us to bounce there. So I think that if we be a little more patient, if you're not in this play already, if you're in it, then, you know, you're probably good. Then, you know, we might be able to get some at this 938. So I'll probably set some buy orders there and keep an eye on this thing. I mean, we're rolling over pretty good there on the 1 hour. We don't seem like we don't have any bullish divergence or anything yet. So even though this looks like it could create some type of W here, unless some kind of crazy news comes in that changes the game here, I have expectations that we're going to come a little lower. So, you know, keep an eye on this level for sure. And if you can get it even lower, if you want to really, really wait and be patient, we have 854, we have this 806. But I'm really liking the level here of this 936 to start at least, you know. So I'll take a little nibble here. So I just wanted to throw this one out there in case you guys are interested in it, or if you guys have been watching it trying to get in, or if you're already in. I do see this thing blowing up a lot higher, but like I said, it needs some correction here. So I would expect that this RSI on the 1 hour is going to actually come down all the way to the bottom here. And whether it just does a quick bounce off of that 0.5, a quick bounce off the 0.618, I'm not too sure where that's going to end up here, but somewhere in this range. So keep this one on your radar, and I just wanted to throw that out there. All right, guys. Peace.